So you know what I noticed about the industry, bro? Anytime somebody exposes them, they don't go get that person right away. You know what I'm saying? They wait years, you know what I'm saying? So when they do something to them, well, nobody suspect it was them. They talk about Crazy Bone for a minute, you feel me? So do y'all remember like 3 years ago when Crazy Bone had exposed the industry, and he basically was talking about how all these record labels, you know what I'm saying, invest in private prisons. So pretty much their main goal is to get us to go to prison. They're paying the artists to influence us to try to live like them. And that's why a lot of artists don't come out saying, oh, I went to school to get where I'm at now. You feel me? All these artists act like they came from the streets. That's why a lot of these old school artists from back in the day, that's why I listen to a lot of old school music, because a lot of these old school artists, they weren't with it. And that's why they barely drop music now. They're only giving big deals to artists that's agreeing to destroy the black community. Think about all these new artists and what they promoting. At this meeting that Crazy Bone was talking about, guess what? There wasn't no country artists there, and that's why I say the black community. You feel me? They know exactly what they're doing. Watch the video though.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Broke my blunt and passed my life.
Family, what up? We're back. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you let me know you made it. Real talk. Say I'm here, say I made it, say I'm rocking, say something. If y'all go back into my rap and camo videos, I stated that I stayed away from this situation because when I would speak on them, I would notice suppression. And that's what I'm going through now. Exactly what I'm going through now. Anyways, thanks for being here. It's important that you guys interact with the content. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know where you got the oh my goodness, I'm messing up. Let me know when you got the notification. Anyways, y'all seen the intro, and Lil Bro said something that stood out. There were no country artists at this meeting. There were no bluegrass artists, no rock artists, none of that at this meeting. And he stated why he says our community. But it reminded me of something Meek Mill said when bro stated that the guy in the video, he stated that you're not getting big deals unless you're pushing this agenda. Meek Mill said it. They'll pay us more if we rap about this and rap about that and rap about this. And that's why he claims he tries to mix it up. He's a part of the problem, allegedly. Anyways, let's review and react to some of these clips. Listen to what this dude says about Icespice and Gangsta Boo and them. And then I want you guys to focus on a 223, 233. Y'all get where I'm going with it. Let's go.
Do you know that your favorite celebrity probably sacrificed a loved one for fame and fortune?
Y'all, I've been holding this in for a very long time. And before I start, I want to say I do like Icespice. I like her music. I even have her as my profile pic. But this right here is way too weird not to address. So let me just start. So if you're a hip-hop head, you might remember that earlier this year we unfortunately lost Gangsta Boo. This was a big loss in the community because she was a Memphis legend and she really solidified female rap in that era. And unless you've been living under a rock, you've been seeing the ridiculous rise of Icespice on TikTok. Specifically in the last 2 months since this year started. So just in case you didn't know, Gangsta Boo died on January 1st, 2023. Pay attention. Now coincidentally, that was Icespice's birthday, where she turned 23 years old in 2023. Pay attention to this age. And in the past month, the whole world has been singing her latest song with Pink Panthers, Boys a Liar Part 2. But look at when this song was released. February 3rd, 2023, 2323. Now all of this would probably mean nothing if Icespice's latest EP didn't have a song called Gangsta Boo as track 3. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with the number 23? Well, pay attention to track 2. Now, track 2 is a song called Princess Diana, which is something a lot of people on TikTok have been calling. What does Princess Diana have to do with this? We'll take a look at this. Princess Diana tragically died at the age of 36. Pay attention to that number. Many of us know Gangsta Boo to be part of the legendary rap group 36 Mafia. 36. Now, if you're not convinced at this point, what I'm about to show you is fucking disturbing. Now, in that video, you just saw Icespice accepting her chain, coincidentally with the song Gangsta Boo playing in the background. I don't know about you, but in my eyes, this seems like a rewarding ritual for her sacrifice. And it doesn't help that this video was posted on January 23rd, 23 days after she turned 20, and 23 days after Gangsta Boo tragically passed away. And another key factor about this song that I forgot to mention was that it was released on the 34th day of the year. What's 34 backwards? 43, the age Gangsta Boo was. And I have way more evidence supporting this theory, but this video is way too long at this point, so comment if you want a part 2.
I'm not about to sit here and say I know everything bro said is true or that it is just period. It's his opinion, but I do, in my opinion, feel like they play off numbers a lot, especially that 2 and a 3 or 2 and a 3 and a 3. Yeah, if you know, you know. But that 233 goes back to an organization that started at a certain quote-unquote prestigious college in a sweat room or a sauna, sweat room, whatever. That's probably what they called it back then. But I can guarantee you, Icespice and a lot of these other artists don't even understand the first about the dates and the numbers. They might obviously get certain symbolism and things like that, but it's like, bro, come on. Do y'all think before Icespice got big, she was into throwing up devil horns and stuff like that and upside down crosses? I'm just asking. Anyways, let's continue.
This is gonna be the most legitimate hip-hop conspiracy theory you've ever heard. Like, not even a reach either. I think there's solid evidence to back this, and I might explain why. So the story goes, back in 2012, an anonymous letter was posted on this hip-hop blog site called Hip Hop Is Red. The letter was from a supposed high-ranking music executive in the early 90s. In the letter, he was detailing the meeting that he was invited to, along with a couple other music insiders at the time. Homie goes, enters the meeting, sees some familiar faces, and he also sees a couple of unfamiliar faces in black suits. Dudes in the black suits had bodyguards with them, and they all had burners on deck. So he already got the inclination. This isn't your typical type of meeting. Now he goes on to say in the letter, and I'm gonna leave my face a little small in case you want to actually read what he wrote, that the men in the black suits were representing companies they had worked for, and these companies had invested a lot of money into privately owned prisons. And the government was funding these privately owned prisons based off of how many inmates were actually in them. Now the reason why the heads of these companies called the meeting with these music executives is because they wanted a particular genre of music to go in a certain direction. A more violent, a more destructive, and a more crime-celebrated type of movement. And of course, that genre of music was rap. The logic behind that was to get rap music to influence the youth in order to incite more criminal behavior. And the criminal behavior leading to more arrests, which leads to more inmates, which leads to more dollars being filled in their pockets. Fucking crazy. How plausible is this letter and how valid could it actually be? I think one area you could look at is the trajectory hip-hop started going after the early 90s. It starts to move away from the KRS-Ones, the Public Enemies, and the music that had a lot more socially conscious content. And it's not to say that there wasn't street music already being heard by the masses even before the date that he's talking about here, which is 1991. If you want to look at it a little more critically, maybe they were looking at the NWAs and the Ice-T's and kind of used it as a proof of concept. They saw how much influence and impact they had on the younger audience and thought they might be able to capitalize off of it.
All right, now that was a crazy clip. Off the strength that if you guys are knowledgeable about Uncle Luke, look up his early work, and he had a song called Banned in the USA, and that was a thing. It was really a thing. I don't think bro gets enough credit for the fight that he fought for freedom of speech and music. But now I'm really starting to look at that as like a thing for them to really disguise what they really wanted to do, because they went at Uncle Luke real hard. But then again, you got these gangster groups that are budding and spreading a different message. But then you take it back to Miami and you check out Uncle Luke and they're going crazy on him. Like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't know. Either way it goes, we're just reviewing, reacting to clips. If you made it to this point, geez, that truck was loud. Anyways, if you made it to this point, say I made it. I do appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.